My name is Lisa Calamides, and I am the Interim Dean of the School of Health Sciences. I have the great pleasure of serving as one of our MCs for today's festivities. On behalf of the School of Health Sciences, I'd like to welcome President Kesselman, Provost Vermeulen, Trustee Deininger, and all the members of the Board of Trustees, Senator Connors, Senator Van Drew, Assemblyman Maggio, and all of our guests, faculty, staff, and students at today's ribbon-cutting ceremony. In 1986, when I first set foot on this campus as a new faculty member, by the way, I'm looking for Nancy Davis. I don't know where. There you are, Nancy. I actually just was thinking about not putting this in, but I had to put this in, Nancy. Nancy was the person who really had faith in me and who hired me for my job here at Stockton, and it has been transforming. And I really thank you and appreciate the opportunity to have been able to be here for so long. So I meant to say that. Thank you. Yeah, definitely, thank you. But when I came in 1986, I could not have imagined that one day I'd have the pleasure to witness how the small college in the Pines would one day become a distinctive and prestigious university in our region. I'm truly honored and humbled to be part of today's celebration. We're able to stand in front of this incredible health sciences center. Okay, and I'll put in USC too. Okay, I'll throw that in there. Okay. Because of the hard work and dedication of so many individuals who contributed to this project from its inception to its opening. And I've said this in the past, but it really, as all with what we do, it truly took a village to bring this project to fruition. I'm appreciative of everyone's hard work, collaboration, support, and willingness to undertake literally any task in order to get the job done. Thank you to Dr. Kesselman, Provost Vermeulen, and my predecessor, Dr. Teresa Bartolotta. Thank you to the members of the Board of Trustees and our generous donors for all of your support. Thank you to our colleague, and I go through this because I think it's really important for people to understand that this really does take a village, that our Division of Faculties and Operations, Facilities and Operations, Facilities and Planning and Construction, Offices of Facilities Management and Plant, Telecommunications and Network Infrastructure, and Information Technology. Thanks to the entire staff and student workers in the School of Health Sciences who kept us moving in the right direction by assisting us in every way possible. Thank you to Dr. Walton, who oversaw the establishment of our state-of-the-art stimulation suite and an automage classroom. As you tour the second floor, I am sure you will all be in awe of what you see on that floor and in those learning. In addition, the exercise science classroom on the first floor offers our students state-of-the-art equipment for health, learning about health, wellness, and physical fitness. And finally, under the watchful eye of our Director of DPT, Dr. Pat McGinnis, and her predecessor, Beth Catherines, they designed the third floor for our physical therapy classroom and labs, which are truly amazing and will be ready by fall, I hope. Sorry. Okay, stop with. As I said, it truly took a village to bring this project to fruition, and we all had a common vision of creating a learning center that would enable Stockton to prepare our students for their health careers in the 21st century, and I am confident that we have achieved that goal. So now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Lori Vermeulen, the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here to celebrate with us on this beautiful day. Lisa, you set me up for my remarks. We didn't rehearse this, but she just set me up perfectly. It takes a village to raise a child is an Igbo and Yoruba proverb that exists in many different African languages. I've learned from a Google search that this proverb is so widely used in Africa that there are equivalent statements in most African languages, including one knee does not bring up a child in Sukuma and one hand does not nurse a child in Swahili. Today we celebrate a Stockton version of It Takes a Village, as we thank all of those for their commitment, their vision, their perseverance, and their generosity that led us to today's historic event. As the Chief Academic Officer at Stockton, I'm always bragging on the faculty and how they are the ones that make the difference in students' lives. I'm so very proud of our faculty and all that they do for our students. Yet we all know that they are not the only ones who make this difference. It takes a village. My personal thanks go out today to my colleagues who make things happen on our campus that allow our faculty to do their very best work. To Don Hudson and his outstanding and always cheerful team. To Bob Heinrich and his incomparable technology gurus. To Michael Angulo and his financial wizards. To our trustees, our donors, our sponsors, our deans, Pete Straub and Lisa Calamitas, and those visionaries who set all of the work of our very special village into motion. Stockton is a leading producer of science majors in New Jersey. In addition, we are the go-to higher education partner for South Jersey's healthcare providers. The addition of these two spectacular buildings will support us in fulfilling these particular aspects of our mission, will allow us to serve more students, and will allow us to lay out on the lawn of the quad and do chemistry problems. I can't wait to do that. See you there this afternoon. Nothing better. It takes a village, it takes steadfast commitment, and yes, it takes generosity and love. There is no person on this earth, for both now and forever, who is more generous with his love for Stockton than our president, Harvey Kesselman. We cannot thank him enough for that generosity, which has made all the difference. It is my great privilege to stand with him today as we usher in this new era of teaching and learning at Stockton. It is my great honor to introduce him this morning. President Kesselman, it takes a village, and we thank you for all that you have done to build and care for the village that is Stockton University.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you all here today. Good morning, and thank you. Wow, nice crowd. For joining us to share in this extraordinary moment in Stockton's history. We have anxiously, all of us have anxiously awaited the completion of this project. And as I look to my left and to my right, the new Health Sciences Center and the Unified Science Center 2, and the entire landscape of this beautiful academic quad have definitely exceeded our expectations. To the architectural firm of Perkins Eastman, the civil engineers, Pannoni Engineering, our contractor, Benjamin Harvey, our board of trustees, Don Hudson, our Stockton Vice President for Facilities and Operations, and the entire facilities team, our foundation board, all of you, please raise and please rise and be acknowledged for your incredible support, all of you. Trustees, please. Foundation board members, thank you. Thank you very, very much. In addition, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge some of the political figures who are here today who without them, there is no academic quad. So I'd like to ask individuals from the governor's office, I know there's at least one, maybe two, South Jersey Chambers, please stand and be recognized. I'd like members of the New Jersey legislature who are here with us today, please stand and be recognized. There are county officials here with us today. For you, the freeholders and the folks, please stand to be recognized, along with all the municipal officials who are here today, the mayor of Atlantic City, the mayor of Galloway, and many of the other municipal officials who are here today. That is the village that we are talking about, and I could not be more pleased to have your support each and every day of Stockton. Senate President Steve Sweeney, who is unable to be here today, wrote to me saying this occasion will serve as a wonderful opportunity to observe and celebrate the success of Stockton in providing state-of-the-art education to its students. He goes on to say, as our nation's job market continues to grow, it is significant that the university invests in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Stockton is growing. And as Stockton grows, New Jersey grows. As Stockton invests in the future of our students, as we create new opportunities for them to take advantage of a high quality, affordable, accessible education, we also invest in the future of New Jersey, graduating extremely talented individuals who will remain in New Jersey, enter into our workforce, and establish roots within their communities. By opening these new state-of-the-art facilities, we are creating educational opportunities for Stockton students to keep up with the technological advancements that are evolving at an incredibly rapid pace. If we look back to just the last 15 years, we have witnessed unprecedented change in technology, and this is only the beginning. Just last year, a report from Dell Technologies predicted that 85% of the jobs that we're going to need in 2030 haven't been invented yet. In response to this, the traditional role of higher education has been to prepare students for those newly created jobs with the skill set to meet the demands of those jobs. And while I, too, believe this is a function of higher education, I submit to you at Stockton, we desire much more. We desire that our students to not only secure the newly created positions, but to be the creators of these positions, to be the innovators, to be the entrepreneurs. We strive to prepare our STEM and non-STEM majors for more than a vocation. We're stimulating their thought processes and equipping them with problem-solving acumen to be world changers, because the need for critical thinkers and problem solvers never goes away. Some may look at this beautiful project and only see impressive buildings, and they are. But I, as well as the others on this platform, also see something much larger. We see opportunity for our students to grow. Entering the doors of these magnificent structures, our students will experience ultra-modern technology, specialized research lab, and the latest in exercise science and healthcare equipment, such as STAN, the Advanced and Lifelike Human Patient Simulator. And if you haven't seen him, I implore you to please take the tour. He's both fascinating and, with all due respect, a little creepy at the same time, but you do want to see him. What's critically important here is what our students will have gained once they exit those doors. Renewed creativity, analytical skills, and the innovative thinking that is necessary to develop the app or invent the procedure that could change our approach to everything as we know it today. And because of you, the voters of this state and the legislators who fought hard for the Building Our Future Bond Act, otherwise known affectionately as GO bonds, Stockton has upgraded and expanded our facilities to accommodate the vastly progressing educational needs of our global society. And I want to thank all of you, each and every one of you, for investing in Stockton University as we continue to invest in the future of our students and in this great state of New Jersey. Thank you very much. And now, I'd like to call upon our illustrious Board of Trustees Chair and distinguished alumna who brought the warm, gorgeous weather all the way from sunny California with her. Please give a warm Stockton welcome to my dear friend and colleague, Miss Maddie Deininger.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a day. I am not responsible for it, but I'm really grateful. So thank you, Dr. Kesselman. And a huge thank you to all of our faculty, staff, community members, my fellow Board of Trustee members, local and state officials for coming today to support and celebrate this significant milestone in Stockton's history. What an amazing turnout, and what a transformation for this campus. Years ago, when I was a student, and I hate to do the math, it's been quite a few decades, I couldn't even imagine Stockton's campus undergoing this type of evolution, and just how beautiful it's turned out to be. Not that I didn't think it was beautiful then, but wow. Former President Barack Obama once described science as a critical way to understand and explore and engage with the world, and then have the capacity to change that world. That's one thing Stockton has always encouraged its students to be, as Dr. Kesselman said earlier, world changers. The benefits of a STEM, which science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, to remind you, education cross over to many other disciplines. It allows us to think creatively, be innovative, and overcome obstacles. A science-based education is about solving problems. And as we all know so well, problems are common to all of us. A quick illustration. Once there was an industrialist whose production line inexplicably broke down, costing him millions per day. He finally tracked down an expert who took out a screwdriver, turned one screw, and then, as the factory cranked back to life, he presented a bill for $10,000. The factory owner wanted to know, get an itemized version. Why was it this much money? And the expert was happy to oblige. For turning a screw, $1. For knowing which screw to turn, $9,999. Although technology has become much more sophisticated and savvy, the premise behind the story still works. Every problem requires a solution, and those armed with the knowledge and skills to solve them will be in high demand and be rewarded. The cutting-edge technologies of both the Health Sciences Center and the United Science Center, too, will help prepare and develop our students into individuals able and willing to embark on new, groundbreaking technological advancements that are envisioned by their own highly imaginative personal computers, the ones housed between our ears. And I also want to mention the heart, so important, and Stockton is just so full of it. As chair of Stockton's Board of Trustees and very proud alumna, I can't wait to see the discoveries put forth by this new generation of ospreys. As the former CEO of Apple once said, innovation has never come through bureaucracy and hierarchy. It's always come from individuals. And I totally agree with him. Thank you so much for being here today.
It's with great pleasure that I am able to introduce another Stockton alum, Senator Chris Connors, who represents the counties of Atlantic, Burlington, and Ocean counties. Senator Chris Connors.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kesselman, distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, my fellow colleagues, Senator Van Drew, Assemblyman Maggio, Assemblywoman Gove, distinguished freeholder board members, members of the governing bodies of Galloway and Atlantic County, to all my friends out there and faculty, administrator, this is a very important day for me. I'm proud to be an array of so many distinguished people here today, and I will incorporate first and foremost all the comments by reference of Dr. Kesselman. I know my limitations, and I'm a firm believer that you're as good as the people that surround you. And so reaching out in that core principle to seek the best and the brightest, we named our chief of staff a graduate of Stockton here, Jason Smith. And he's a wonderful, wonderful individual, half my age, whose counsel and wisdom I rely upon each and every day. And you have arrived when you can turn to the best and the brightest and you say, Jason, prepare me some comments for the groundbreaking ribbon cutting at Stockton. And he goes off in his corner and, as in the usual fashion, accomplishes his mission, as he has in the 4 years that he attended here at Stockton in a wonderful manner. And he prepared these remarks for me, profound, distinguished, with a lot of vision, a lot of foresight, that bespoke of academics. But something takes over when you stand on the grounds of the campus of Stockton University as a graduate, as a member of the village, so to speak. An emotion takes place. These are Jason's words, not mine. In fact, I get up here to speak from the heart, speak how I feel, and you can't help but reminisce where we've been as opposed to where we are today. I think of the times that I've been here, I can't even see the building that was the only facility that existed 40 years ago. Hell, when I was here, we boasted of a pool, a sauna, and a pub. And somewhere along the lines, things had transformed. I remember the people that I went to school with, Harvey Kesselman, Ray Giacone, to name a few. Somewhere along the lines, Harvey Kesselman became Dr. Kesselman, the great president of the University of Stockton that we're so proud of. Ray Giacone became a CPA and nationally renowned accountant and financial advisor. I fared the least. I became a member of the New Jersey legislature. But from my perspective and the people that I represent in this 9th Legislative District, I can't be more proud of standing here today. Well, back in the 70s with that pool and that sauna and that pub, how we had fun. It was the 70s. And we were happy, but no more happier than we are today. See, we traded the pool, the sauna, and the pub for a unified science center, building 1 and 2, for a health science center, for a community center that's state-of-the-art, for a sports complex, for expansion of hospitality and science programs in Manahawkin and Hamilton, Atlantic City. This is yet a moment in time of a continuum of progress that the university has made and the contributions that it has made to the university and to the state of New Jersey. Hell, a pool, a sauna, a pub. 40 years later, I don't swim any better. I don't like the heat and humidity, and I don't drink. But I do know that the future of our state takes place here today. Our mission isn't completed. Our journey hasn't ended. In fact, Senator Van Drew knows, Assemblyman Maggio knows, Assemblywoman Gove knows that are here today, and all those public officials, that there's more to do, because a building is a building is a building. The most important thing about that building is what goes in it. We, and when I say we, I mean collectively, Stockton University Village, we have the greatest faculty of anywhere in the state of New Jersey, of anywhere nationally. And we have the best students. And so what goes in that building is as important as the building itself, and what comes out is even more important. Thank you for allowing me to share this time with you. Thank you for allowing me to be part of a great part of Stockton's history. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Senator. It's my great privilege to introduce Senator Jeff Van Drew, who also represents portions of Atlantic, Cape May, and Cumberland County. You can see Atlantic County needs a lot of senators, but Senator Van Drew has been an incredible supporter of this institution, and although I do not believe he has a degree from Stockton, but he still has time to get one, Senator. But with that, Senator Van Drew.
Good morning, everybody. Is this exciting or what? This is unbelievable. Come on, this is a real, this doesn't happen every day. I tell you, it is so obvious to all of us, and it's the theme that has run through over and over again all of the wonderful speeches that have been given. The world is changing. The world is changing around us, and it is going to affect every corner, every town, every principality. Wherever we are, we're going to feel it. And we're going to have an opportunity, whether we're in South Jersey or we're in Manhattan or Los Angeles, to see if we're going to keep up with those changes, to be on the cutting edges of those changes, or to fall behind. Now, there's a saying that I have all the time. It's a little bit true in politics, it's true in life, it's true in everything. You should be, and you must be, on the cutting edge. You must be ready to do it, because if you don't do it, they will do it to you. And by that I mean, we want our students in New Jersey and the students that come here also from everywhere else to be on the cutting edge. And I'm going to speak for South Jersey and New Jersey a little bit. We want our students to stay here. We want our students to work here. We want our students to be educated here. We want our students to live here. This is their home. And it hurts me when sometimes somebody leaves, not because they choose to, because they really want to live somewhere else where it might be warmer or sunnier or different or closer to family, but they leave because they say the opportunities weren't here for them. You and I, all of us, right here, right now, on this campus, have the responsibility to change that. All of us, those in leadership, those that are participating, those that are part of academia, we have to change that. We need to keep our people here because New Jerseyans are the greatest folks in the world. And a few others, I'm sorry. And when you think about STEM, it's all important. Everything's important. I know somebody referenced the idea of what's in your heart is so important, and it is, because if you don't have a good and decent heart, nothing else means anything. But we also know that STEM is becoming more and more important. What's happening in science and technology and engineering and mathematics, not only for New Jersey, not only for, our area, but for the United States of America. And we want to see Stockton be a leader. And yes, I've seen some of the changes. I've been around a few years, and I used to come here for the Comcast recordings. If some of the elected officials might remember that, and you'd come and they'd do a little recording and they would put it on Comcast. And every time I would come, it would be more complicated to find where I was supposed to go. And now you have to know I'm directionally impaired. So if a campus is extremely simple and there's only a few buildings, I can find where I'm supposed to be. I have to say to you now, I will be officially lost all the time. So if you see some little blonde guy wandering around, where do I go next? It's going to be me. This is a great day. This is a great, great university. I'm so proud that in a small way, I think it was $50-some million to do this. And, I know Chris would agree with me, and Vinny and John, everybody. When we are part of something like this, it makes those days in the Senate a little bit easier and a little bit better, because they're not all good. Some days are a little bit tough, and some days don't work out the way you want it to, but we were able to fund 3/4 of this project. That's a good thing. That's what the state of New Jersey should be doing. That's the difference we should be making. So let me say how proud I am of all of you, how proud I am of the president and all the people and all of the village and all the family. You really did do it. But I will also say this, in my heart, I believe it is only the beginning. God bless you.
Thank you, Senator Van Drew. And if there is another bond issue, which we would certainly like, we have one more building to build right there. So
He never stops. He never stops.
just saying. All right. This individual I'm about ready to introduce, Assemblyman Vince Maggio. He has been there for Stockton since he's been an assembly person. Make no mistake about that. He has led the charge to ensure that Stockton had additional state-funded positions put in our budget, and he will lead the charge to ensure that they're restored. He is someone who has taken up the mantle on behalf of Stockton, and we are all indebted for the work that he's done. Assemblyman Vince Maggio.
Good morning, everyone. This is a great day. The accomplishments that Stockton has done is unbelievable. They're on quite a roll. And I'd be remiss, as an elected official, we go to a lot of ribbon-cutting ceremonies, different events every night. But today I'm proud to be here for Stockton, but not all the time do I take my wife with me. Today, I took my wife, Jerry, because she's a Stockton alumni. She said she wanted to come. And you never know, the people of Stockton who graduate here, you never know what will happen to them, but they all come back. I don't know, sometimes they even become president of the college. My focus as a legislator was actually a lot on Atlantic City's campus, Stockton's campus. But with this building behind us, two buildings, the quad, it certainly looks like Stockton is ready for the future. And I mean that because before in the past, perhaps, a lot of students couldn't be drawn to Stockton. Maybe there was some turned away. But now, with these two campuses, from the boardwalk to the Pinelands, people are going to come to Stockton for an education second to none. And the people who were involved with this, buildings like this just don't happen accidental. It takes a lot of work, a lot of resources, $48 million to put this facility behind me up. And then you had the people who work behind the scenes putting it together. I want to thank you on behalf of the legislators of the 2nd District and my colleagues here today. And I am proud to stand here with Stockton University because a 100,000 square foot building behind me is no easy task, and I'm proud to be here today for the ribbon cutting. And I know that Stockton University is ready for the future. We have a monumental task in diversifying our economy, and Stockton is leading the way with other institutions throughout New Jersey. And we won't stop until we are number one in diversifying our economy. I think that we have the opportunity, far none in Atlantic County, to make this happen. So again, congratulations. Thank you for all who participated in this, and good luck in the future. God bless.
The final speaker is someone I am really proud to introduce. He, too, is a Stockton alum. He, too, has been involved in our natural sciences and mathematics program since about 1980. He has taken the mantle. He has taken the mantle from Dr. Dennis Weiss, who initiated this process, and several others, and moved it to another level. And so it's with great respect and admiration that I introduce to the entire crowd Dr. Pete Straub, our Dean of Natural Sciences and Mathematics at Stockton and fellow alum.
I guess like a bad penny, as Vince would say, they always come back. And as Chris pointed out, I do miss the pool. Not so much the sauna, and you can have the pub, but I do miss the pool. I love the art gallery, though. Thank you, President Kesselman, Provost Vermeulen, the cabinet, our esteemed board members, faculty, students, and guests. Thank you to my colleague, Lisa Calamides, for covering pretty much everyone else. Good morning. I'm Dean Straub, as Harvey said, of the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics here at Stockton University. To say that I'm pleased to see you all here and to finally be at the finish line of this amazing project would be a gross understatement. I am thrilled. Thank you especially to Don Hudson, Skip West, Glenn Brown, and the Stockton facilities team, Harvey Construction, architect Jay Epstein of Perkins Eastman, and to my colleague and lab director Justine Chirolo for watching over the project like a hawk with her team. The Quad project is a testament to the university and the state of New Jersey's commitment to excellence in the natural and health sciences, as our other speakers have pointed out, and thanks to them all. Change can elicit fear, or change can be seen as an opportunity. Since this project was conceived, we have seen a host of changes, including Stockton's move to the university status, change of the university leadership, changes in the regional economic climate, not to mention the world climate. But a constant among all this change has been Stockton's commitment to bringing excellence in education to our local community, region, and state. As Nelson Mandela famously said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. As we go forward with the ribbon-cutting ceremony and open up these beautiful buildings, laboratories, greenhouses, sustainability lab, vivarium facilities for your inspection, I thank you all as a community for this investment to support our mission as educators to teach students to adapt to change and to change the world. President Kesselman, Board of Trustees member, Mrs. Connors, Van Drew, and Maggio, please come forward for the ribbon cutting.
This really is a historic moment in the history of this university. I have had the pleasure to be here since it's opened, and I can state unequivocally what we have developed and what we have come to be something far greater than any of us could have possibly imagined back in 1971 at the old Mayflower Hotel in Atlantic City. And I want to thank each and every person here, each and every citizen of New Jersey who overwhelmingly supported the creation of these buildings, because with it, we can ensure that future generations of Stockton students and members of our society continue on. So thank you, and if there's a scissors, where are you, Peter? Okay. Oh, somebody grab it. You ready? I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, there they are. We are officially open for business.